Okay.
Cool.
We are here. Okay, this is your video.
Yeah, you're right. This is not my typical location, but it's cool. This is Kara.
Hi.
And this is her camera, so enjoy the quality because it won't be the same when we go back. So we're just talking about community college and just how we feel like as people who went there first before transferring, like a lot of people seem to hate on it or they don't understand like why it's beneficial. Like we came from Collin, and I would say Collin has a good rep,
definitely.
But even just being a community college, like that just puts it under this blanket of like people who don't even know anything. They offer like 9 bachelor's degrees, and so they are actually a college, but you know, not in dance, so that's why we transferred
from there.
You can, yeah. I don't remember what they are, but it's like something to do with like the business side of college and stuff, so like nothing in the arts department. I don't know, I just think that college was like a weird time for me because I was too young to just like go off immediately, you know. I didn't really want to like leave my house, and I was like 17 years old and I was not emotionally like ready to do that yet. A lot of people like want to just leave their parents and like go off and do their thing.
I was not that way.
I was not. I had no desire. I was actually kind of sad to not be in high school anymore, even though I was still living at home. I was like still dating the same person from high school, like all this stuff, and I like was still sad about it. So for me, I just needed more time to like grow up and figure out like, not my major because I knew what it was going to be, but figure out like who I was going to become before I was on my own. And of course saving money, that's like the big one, right? Because college tuition is not cheap, and Collin is the cheapest in the state of Texas. And
it is?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Low key,
I did not.
Yeah, the cheapest in the state of Texas, and it definitely has like prevented me from going into debt. So I can't say for sure yet, but I'm planning to graduate debt free. That's the goal.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
And a lot of other people aren't gonna do that because they paid thousands of dollars to take the same classes that I took, you know, and I just like didn't have to pay nearly as much. Also, there's like a lot of opportunities to figure out where you're trying to transfer, because I would have never found Sam Houston if I was like picking a school right out of high school. Like I didn't even really know about it. The reason I knew about it is because of the people and the resources at Collin.
Yeah, you can find the good and bad in every dance program. And I think there's tons of people that come back from dance programs and they're like, that was not for me. And you get to be like, oh, thanks for telling me that.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to go to that school, so.
You get a lot of transfers in because they didn't know that it was going to suck.
Yeah.
Because they just went there right out of high school. But for me, like, I had no knowledge. Like, I knew I wanted to do dance, but I had no knowledge of, like, what even programs were good or like what the reps were. Like I guess I could have researched it, but I personally felt like I wanted to be close to home, save money, and figure out what I wanted to do before I spent a bunch of money and invested time, like 2 or 3 years, whatever it was going to be. Turned out to be 2, but still, that's like a long time to invest in somewhere.
Yeah.
And where your money's going, and you want to know, like, if you can know to the best of your ability like what you're gonna do and not like waste your time, because a lot of people transfer multiple times and like they sometimes the credits don't always work, or you know, they have to retake this or that, and it just like takes them forever to graduate because they didn't like get educated first. And so I feel like Tiffany really did that for me, because my last year she was always like, let's have a meeting, where are you gonna go to school, here's the pros and cons of this, what do you want to do, because if you want to do this you should go here. Like I know this person and she knows everybody, and she's like, find them on Facebook and talk to them.
She knows everyone in like the area. She knows everyone.
She was like my biggest resource, and if I never would have went to Collin, like I wouldn't have had her, wouldn't have known her. And you know, if I've like spent thousands of dollars on a program and I start to hate it, you know,
that would suck.
That would suck.
I had anxiety like leaving Collin because I was like, what if I'm gonna hate this school?
Yep.
I'm gonna be screwed. Like that's gonna suck. But if you take your time, like don't rush going straight into college, because I feel like there's so much pressure with people like, you have to go to college like right after you graduate high school, and it's like, go to a community college, figure out what you want to do first before you like spend all your money and like waste your time. Because
it's not even just gen ed classes. Like I feel like people will think they know what they want to do. Like they'll be like, oh, I definitely want a business degree, well I'm gonna go to X, Y, and Z school because they have a great business program, right? And then like 2 years in, they're like, actually no. Like, they're like, I want to do this instead. And so now like so much of your, because when you're 17, 18, like how are people gonna expect you to know what you want to do with the rest of your life? Like
people
you don't
change their major like 3-4 times.
Yeah, you don't even know what you want for lunch the next day. Like how are you supposed to know what you want to do with the rest of your life. Like, some people do.
Yeah.
I pretty much was set on being a dance major, and I haven't changed that. But that's been part of, like, my whole life. So, other people that, like, are trying to find their passion, I can't imagine how hard that is at this age. Because if I didn't know by now, I'd be like, damn.
It's different with people that do sports.
Yeah.
Because you put so much time into it. You're like, okay, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. But people that, like, do, like, banking or stuff, it's like you have time to think about it. So it's, like, not set in stone, like, right after you get out of high school.
And then if you ever decide, like for me, I thought about maybe adding a minor in for business in case I want to be, like, a studio owner one day. Since high school, I've kind of had, like, this passion for event planning. And so, yeah, and I know that's, like, has nothing to do with dance.
Studio too, though.
Yeah,
like, planning classes.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, wedding and event planning is, like, a whole separate thing from my degree. But I ended up finding this certification course through Colin. Go figure. And I'm taking that this summer. So it has nothing to do with my degree, but I didn't have to go back to school. And, like you can't even get a degree in that. That's the thing. Like, you just spend, like, X amount of dollars, and you spend 12 weeks, and you get certified to do what. There's, like, a million certification courses through Colin. There's all kinds of stuff you can do for continuing ed. That's just what I chose. So I'll have that plus my degree. And that's, like, two separate things, but as far as, like, business, they go together, because what if I want to own a studio? I'm going to have to know about business. And if I'm going to be a business owner planning weddings and events, then I'm going to have to know business. So they kind of go together like that. That's kind of why I chose those two things. But I definitely wouldn't regret my decision to go to Sam Houston, because I made sure that I knew what I was getting into before I went there.
Yeah.
And you can't always do that when you're just, like, relying on yourself to figure everything out. It's nice to have, like, a mentor and somebody who is, like, you know, the chair of a community college that knows all these people and has been there so long. They can, you know, they've watched people like you go through their program and transfer, and they're like, well, they hated it, or they're, like, a lot like you should see if you like this. Like,
they're a guide to
yes.
you. Like, use the resources you have.
Yep.
Instead of rushing into stuff.
And you can get a whole entire degree before you even leave the institution.
Basically,
So I got to Sam Houston, and all these people are like, yeah, I'm gonna have to take core classes into my senior year, and I'm like, bro, I've been done that with that for so long.
I am so ahead of everybody in my class. I'm just like, sucks for you. You got to take a 3-hour class. Like, I took that at Colin already.
Yeah, they're like, senior year, they're in a science lab. I'm like, sucks, because it's made it so nice that I can go to school
and enjoy it.
And I've only been taking dance classes.
Yeah.
Just dance classes. No science, no math, no freaking reading. I just wanted to get it out of the way. Like, that was a goal of mine, to get my associate degree before, you know, I moved, because at least that's like a milestone for me. Like, I know if you just go to school anywhere else, you don't have that. But if I'm going to go to school for 2 years, like, I'd like to have a piece of paper that says I did, you know?
Ooh, it's just me, myself, and I. Solo ride until I die, 'cause I got me for life.
Yeah.
Maybe just the connections, the networking.
Yeah.
Because we actually hosted, like, ACDA last year, which is, like, this huge dance conference, and it has never in our region been hosted by a 2-year school until last year. And so that was really special that we got to do that. It was stressful, but it was also really informative, because all the people who we were interested in transferring to came to us, and we got to watch them dance for free and talk to them for free and take class from them for free. And so it was like this little conference. Like, imagine if you're gonna go to, like, a job fair or something, but, like, for dance, like, of course this was for, like, adjudicating performances, but, like, just getting to talk to the people and having, like, outside time with them, whereas, you know, otherwise you'd have to drive to this school or drive to that school. But they all came to us, and they were obviously very grateful because we were hosting the event, and they're like, wow, a 2-year school, like, I guess they are something.
And it makes, like, the people that try out for the school, it's like, oh, they're from Colin, like, that school's good, like, let me look at the, you know, the people that are auditioning. So that's really good, like, for the school to get, like, recommendation for, like, the students.
I would have had to do all that work myself. I would have had to go and do all the visits without having to just go through somebody who was like, no, you don't want to go there. And I'm just going to trust them because they know me, and they've been doing this for so long. So
yeah,
I don't know if that's how you found University of the Arts.
She actually she's like, I think you're more of, like, you know, this, and she's like, I can see you here, and I was like, I never thought of myself going there, but I'll check it out, and I ended up going there, and I love it. So and every school is different for every single person.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how, like, it fits, like, each program fits a person perfectly.
That's why if you you'll get one-on-one time with somebody at a community college because it's smaller. They'll get to know you, and they'll just, like, they will ask you to come and sit down and, like, talk about what you want to do. And then once you tell them, they have a better idea of, like, well, if you want to focus on choreography, here's the schools that focus on choreography. Yeah. But if you're trying to figure all that out by yourself at, like, 17, and all you've done your whole life is competitive dance, like, you're probably not... Yeah. You're not your best resource. Yeah. So, like, you might think, oh, well, everyone's going to this school, so I just think I want to go to this school. But don't do that. Yeah. You might like it, but you might hate it. Yeah. And then you might be out of a lot of money because you just wanted to follow the crowd. So, I don't know. I definitely recommend community college, especially Collin, because it's so dang cheap. I respect, like, how many times they offered transfer fairs, and, like, there was always something to be involved in, all these clubs, just like at a university. There's plenty of stuff to do. You will never be bored.
There's, like, sororities, too.
There's, like, there's, like, honor societies and, like, all this stuff that you would also find at colleges, and I just thought that was really cool because you can be like, oh yeah, I was part of that back when I went to my community college. And they'll be like, what? It was nice because it was just always, like, a fresh, clean building. The parking was free. That was great.
Yes, it was free.
Yeah. But there's resources everywhere. The professors are A1. Like, I don't know.
They give the best advice. They're like, you're in the right place. They're like, you're saving money. You're in the right place. If you need help, do this. And it's like, thank you. Like, it makes what you're doing feel good. Like, okay, I'm making a good decision.
And some people would be like, well, I bet your class of History 1302 is easier than ours because you go to there. I'm like, not necessarily. Like, my professor is pretty high key, so yeah. I don't think, like, I think my professor could teach there, and it'd be the same. So.
And there's some professors at, like, Collin that teach at a university. Yep. And then, like, I remember, like, my psychology teacher, I think he, like, taught at SMU, I think. And then he came to Collin, like, on the weekends or something.
So that tells you, like, it's not all about the name of the place you're going. Like, people just need to educate themselves. I will say, though, it's kind of hard to get, like find your place with your class, though, because, of course, like, when I came in, you know, we're all juniors as far as classification, but, like, we just met and they've all known each other these last couple of years or whatever. So it's kind of hard to get acclimated. But once you do, it's like, if you find the right school, like Sam Houston, like, they're pretty good about accepting transfers. Like, my transfer process wasn't like, they're like, oh, you're a transfer student, like, we don't talk to you. Like, it wasn't like that. So they're really very welcoming, and you know, like, now that I'm a senior, everybody's like, woo, senior year, and they've acted like they know me forever. So
that's good.
It just takes a while, you know. But everyone hates being the new kid, so I feel that. But that was probably, like, the only thing that sucked about it, was being the new kid again.
Yeah, I was so nervous going in. So I was like, they're all gonna have best friends, but, like, people are pretty welcoming, especially in, like, dance communities. They're like, oh, like, a new dancer, like, I get to connect with someone more, like, so
they'll talk to you. They'll want to know about you because they have to
where you
touch
came from, where you dance.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I want to know everything about you. So it's like, it's welcoming. So yeah,
because it's just such an intimate, like, discipline that, like, if you don't talk to somebody, like, you're gonna know them a different way because you're gonna dance with them.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I don't hang out with you on the weekends, but we're dance partners for the rest of the year, so it's okay.
So I would definitely say that if community college is, like, near you, I would go, because it's worth the commute. And also, like, my second year, you know, I wasn't commuting, but they actually had, like, on-campus housing, like, student apartments, and that was really nice at my particular campus. And so I enjoyed that because it was a way for me to move out of my house and have my own place, but not yet be far away. And so it was a really nice transition into living at home with my parents 24/7 to going off to Sam Houston, which is, like, 3 or 4 hours away from where I live, and being on my own entirely.
It helped you lead up to that
it was, like, a nice, like, transition. And I think that I really needed that year to be there to be able to be, like, feel confident that I was going to be fine on my own the next year without my parents. Because I'm an only child, and I think that's part of it too, is because
You're an only child?
Oh, you didn't even know?
No, I didn't No.
Yeah, so I don't have like any older siblings to give me advice about this stuff.
Oh my, yes.
So it's just me, myself, and I. Colin was a blessing, it really was. Like, I did not even apply for other schools my senior year.
Oh, me
because
neither.
I just knew I was going to go there. And I felt bad because my entire class was like, oh, I just got accepted to Texas Tech. Oh, I just got into TWU's blah, blah, blah program. And I'm like, it's cool. I didn't apply anywhere because I don't need to.
I ran into someone the other day that I went to school with, and she went to, I don't know, Tyler, University of Tyler or something. I don't really know. And, like, she's back at Colin because she didn't like it. And I just kind of was like, okay, have fun. I'm like, you're going to do well. You're going to like the school, but...
That's pretty much everything. But those are good reasons.
Yeah.
Those are great reasons. Alright, guys, well, the quality won't be this good next time. I'm sorry. It's just not going to be because I don't have a Sony, but it's fine. If you want to donate to my GoFundMe. No, I'm just kidding. But my birthday's coming up, so if you want to buy me a Sony...
We'll do a GoFundMe.
Yeah. That
Just,
would be
like,
freaking awesome.
Yeah, we'll do one.
So down for it. You can like, subscribe, comment, follow Kara because she's great.
Thanks.
And that's about it. We'll catch you later.
Bye.